Ever wondered what the resume for a parent could look like? Strong negotiation skills, great multitasking experience, proven ability to work under pressure and during lots of sleep deprivation. And the list goes on. Listen, there's clearly no more important job than that of a parent. So with that in mind, today we're going to talk about some upcoming workshops that can really help you improve or develop your parenting skills. Hello again, my name is Ed Humphrey and welcome back to About Townshippers. This is a series where we put the spotlight on all the services and the programs that are available to English speakers living in Quebec's beautiful eastern townships. And in today's episode, we discuss our parent talk workshops, which are actually they're around the corner, they're coming up really soon. Now, if you're looking for ways to improve your communications and your interaction skills with your young children or your teens, you're going to want to register for these sessions. Now, Sandra Seasons will be facilitating the 6 weekly workshops, and she's popped by today to give us a bit of a preview of what you can expect. Well, hello again, Sandra, and welcome back to About Townshippers.
Well, hello to you, Ed, and really nice to be back.
Yeah, well, we saw you about 2 years ago, right at the beginning of the pandemic. So it's good to see you again.
What pandemic, Ed?
That's right. I didn't say it. I didn't mention it.
I hardly noticed.
Hey, Sandra, you're back this year to facilitate the Parent Talk workshops in collaboration with Yamaska Literacy Council and Townshippers Association. So tell us briefly who these workshops are aimed at, or what can people expect?
Okay, good question, Ed. This workshop is aimed at parents, educators, and grandparents. I've added grandparents because I did have grandparents come to the workshop and they found it really helped them too. So why not, right? So all these people who deal with power struggles, probably they don't. However, if you do, power struggles and or behaviors they see, and they'd like to change. Maybe their approach isn't getting the results they want. This workshop is a common sense approach to these challenges that, let's face it, parenting is a hard job, sometimes often, and the most important job you'll ever have. The same applies for educators. We're all in this together. I've always believed that. And we all have a common goal, offering our best selves so they can be their best selves. Of course, all parents have skills. This workshop will teach effective language and strategies, adding tools to their toolbox. So nobody's saying you don't have skills. We're just saying we can give you some more skills. You'll learn how to reduce conflict, eliminate helplessness, teach accountability, and ways to empower them. Helping to raise their self-esteem, you'll learn how to deliver consequences and set limits.
Now, Sandra, this just really quickly, if for parents or educators that participate in this workshop, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad educators or bad parents, right?
No, this is the whole thing, Ed. It's not saying that at all. All it's saying is, it's challenging to be a parent and it's challenging to be an educator and a grandparent sometimes. So all this workshop does is give you more tools enabling you to combat these challenges. And make your life and their life easier. I was an educator for 35 years and I can tell you I use this stuff right up until I retired. Like, it works.
Wasn't there a television commercial like that? I'm not just the owner, I'm a client, or I'm a customer. Wasn't that?
Yeah, something like that. So the same applies.
Okay. Hey, Sandra, do you expect, or do you anticipate people's needs to be any different now than they would have been, a couple of years ago?
You know what, Ed, I really don't. I think parenting and educating come with the same overall challenges, regardless of the year. I've been giving this workshop for 12 years, and there's always common threads. Parents have a lot in common, and educators. And I think hearing other parents brings comfort, knowing they're not alone. You know, kids still have trouble. Let's face it, kids still have trouble cleaning their rooms. They talk back sometimes. Sometimes they're not responsible for their actions. Sometimes they have tantrums. Sometimes there's sibling rivalry. You know, if you have trouble getting your kid off their electronics, that would be the only newest thing, although it's not that new. So no, it's the same thing. Parents and educators are faced with the same challenges, I think.
So I'll flip that question a bit. Is there anything new about this year's content or this year's approach?
Absolutely nothing. Because you know what? You've heard that expression, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It applies here. I haven't even tweaked this workshop because it still applies, it still works. I'm just giving it again.
Okay. Well,
and you know what? The feedback has always been good. So I'm just going to say, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Well, I tell you, that's why we've invited you back, because I appreciate your transparency.
Well, for sure, Ed. You know, I mean, I recognize that parents' time is very valuable. So I don't want to waste parents' time. I don't want to waste educators' time. I wanted to make it worth their while, and I believe this workshop does.
For people, educators, once again, parents, and even grandparents, if they're interested, first of all, where does this take place?
Well, we haven't quite decided. It's either going to be in Cowansville or Waterloo, depending on the registration. So if there's more people in Cowansville, it'll be there or closer to Cowansville, and the same in Waterloo. So that's yet to be determined.
Okay. And how many workshops altogether? Like how many meetings altogether?
Okay. It's a 12-hour workshop. So it's 2 hours a week. This workshop is Wednesday nights. It'll start either at 5:30 or 6. We'll discuss with parents what works better for them. And it's, like I said, it's 2 hours a week. So, you know, again, as I said, parents' time is very valuable. But if you look at the grand scheme of things, Ed, it's a 12-hour investment that could possibly change the dynamic of your house. So, you know, I invite people to just come to one session and see if you like it, see if it's a good fit.
Okay. And so how do people go about signing up? How do we get a hold of you?
So I think the best way is to go to the Townshippers website and find it there. You'll find my email address there, and you sign up with me. Now, I also want to offer parents, like if you have any questions, I'm sure I haven't answered all the questions that parents might have about this workshop, but if you do, feel free to send me an email, and I will answer to the best of my ability.
Great. Well, Sandra Seasons, you are a freshly retired special education technician. You spend a lot of time at the Eastern Township School Board, and you're going to be facilitating this series of parent talk workshops. And you've been a real sport. Thanks for popping in today, and we'll make sure we get people signed up for your workshops.
Well, thank you so much, Ed. As always, it's a pleasure having a chat with you.
Well, you take care.
Thank you, Ed. Have a great day.
And bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And there you go. Now, if you want to register for the upcoming Parent Talk workshops presented by Townshippers Association and Yamask Literacy Council, well, please send an email to the facilitator. And of course, that's Sandra Seasons. And her contact information and other details about the sessions are right down here in the video description. If you've enjoyed this clip, well, please click on the like and on the share buttons. And you can also follow Townshippers Association on our Facebook page. And we also have a YouTube channel. And Hey, my name is Ed Humphrey. This is About Townshippers. We'll see you next time.